So today I'm finally getting out to do a little exercise and some mosquitoes, huh? Am I getting mosquitoes on me? Anyway, I'm out on a little hike at Studio 7 and I thought I'd do a video I've been trying to do for some time now. Alright, what it is about is the gentrification of the cities throughout the US and other countries, but I'm just going to focus here on the US today, and because I really don't know too much about what's happening around the world. You guys can kind of update me on the comment section like you've been doing. So many good comments. Okay, what I'm going to talk about is what's happened here in San Francisco, California, here in the US, for an example of what's happening with gentrification. They call this area now Billionaires Bay because you almost for surely now have to be a billionaire to even live here or buy property here. So for an example, in 2012, only 19% of homes here in San Francisco cost $1 million or more. But today in 2016, that number is up to 57% are now $1 million homes. That is an astonishing climb in property values, or what they call rapid inflation. The reason this is so bad is because it throws out everybody who's renting or who's trying to make house payments, and the banks have just, you know, the interest rates and all. So they all move out, and according to the information I'm getting, they move out to the suburbs because the people that used to live in the suburbs here in the Bay Area now want to live in the cities because of tech. Tech companies have moved into San Francisco and started a condo boom like you've never seen before. Low income or apartment buildings are torn down or converted into condos and sold, and the people that used to live in them can't possibly afford the new rent, so they leave, and they have to leave the city and go out into the suburbs, which is kind of expensive because of gas mileage, truck mileage, you know, the whole thing about living far away from where you work.
Hola a todos. Today I would like to talk about San Francisco and how it's changed, and the luxury designer condos, darling, that we have here. Whatever you've heard about San Francisco over the past decades, it is no longer true, unfortunately. The city has become conservative with hate for the homeless. It's become a playground for the super wealthy, the 1% billionaire class. There's a new title, it's called Billionaire Bay, referring to the Bay Area. Much of the gay community has been kicked out of the city by evictions and by the outrageous cost of living here. The gay community of today is very conservative, and like with other major U.S. cities, there's this obsession with glass tower luxury designer condos, darling, for the pretentious, super wealthy. The pretentious billionaire class and super wealthy buy them, but often don't live in them. They use them as an investment. They're very sterile looking inside with their blindingly white interiors, and they're usually white or white and drab casket gray in color. And the people who own them drive these big hearse black SUVs. I don't know who would want to live in a glass box, especially in a major earthquake. That doesn't seem very bright to me. They're overpriced in the name of developer greed. And greed is what the new San Francisco is about. Today I no longer see the people I used to see in what I call the old city. They've been forced out or have been evicted, and because of that, we've lost a lot of our arts and culture and our ethnic diversity. Many people today say San Francisco has lost its soul. It's a city of tech zombies glued to their stupid phones, and many of them live in the pretentious and overpriced luxury designer condos, darling, for the super wealthy. So thank you for your time. Muchísimas gracias. Ciao.
But San Francisco here in the Bay Area isn't the only place that's just gone skyrocketing. How about San Jose, south of San Francisco, in Silicon Valley is called. In 2012, it was 17.4% were $1 million home. But now it's 46.3% are now $1 million homes and properties. That's in 2016. And here's the amazing thing: we had neighborhoods or areas in the San Francisco Bay Area that weren't exactly what were called high living neighborhoods. They were more like slum areas, really. Palo Alto was one of the worst, and Hayward was another one. Palo Alto is an amazing story in itself on the gentrification and how thorough it was. 100% of the properties there are now $1 million or more. 100% sweep of all the poor people that were there. Hayward, about 57% of all the homes now are $1 million homes, and the great gentrification over there has also skyrocketed, as well as Berkeley and other cities that are on the other side of the bay. I have a map here I want to show you. What it is it starts in 2012 and goes up to present. Let's go look at that map. One of the negatives about all this ridiculous condo building, these condos going for $1 million or more for like 500 square feet, 700 square feet. How would you like to rent a 2-bedroom apartment for $11,500? These kind of rents are outrageous. And of course, the people that used to live here can't afford that unless they're in a rent-controlled building, and they're really going after those people. They're trying to get all that converted over to $1 million properties as well. Another one of the side effects are these Google shuttles, or the techie shuttles as they're called. They just move into the city and start driving these gigantic 2-story buses for the wealthy, darling, because they can't use mass transit for the masses. They have to have these wealthy buses, darling, 2-story with bar and swimming pool and room for a pony, darling. It's pathetic, and they take up all these, they have a very low number of seats because they have to have first class, darling. Billionaires don't ride on mass transit very often. So they have to have Ubers and all these techie, high-end, super expensive taxis to drive them around and fly them around in helicopters. So this gentrification and extreme inflation in housing is happening also at an alarming rate in San Diego, New York City, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Honolulu, as well as other places. If you live in one of the other places, let me know about it. There are also other countries that are also being gentrified out of where they lived, such as China, which is a big one because of they're tearing down and building new cities where the old city used to be, and the people that had the low rents are now out of, so it's really beginning to become quite a problem around the world, is home inflation. It's bound to be in the news. Okay guys, that's going to do it for me today. Please leave your messages like you usually do, your ups and your downs and your new subscriptions, and until next time.